And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 88 of Player Life. It is Friday, the 26th of March here in Tokyo. I hope you are well. Rishi Padaruth in the house, my brother from another mother. What up, bro? What is good? Hope you are well. Elta says, women's football is basically comedy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even much of a soccer fan, but yeah. I saw something. Megan, the captain of the American football team, I think her name is Megan Rapinoe or something. Yeah, complaining about equal pay. It's just such a joke. It's such a joke, and she fits all the stereotypes of a womanist, like just a really obnoxious, annoying person. All the stereotypes ticked off the box. Yeah, we'll see. Problematic in the house. What is good? Hope you're well. Aye. Okay. So yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they were basically before I do that. I was watching some Japanese TV, and I just want to share this to show you, just to give you a bit of show you how far the West has fallen. Share screen, Chrome tab. Yeah, no, yeah. So sometimes I watch Japanese TV just to practice my old Japanese. But so I remember I shared this a while ago. This photo of some white chick, obviously, get with a tattoo of a baby getting stabbed in the head, and I was watching TV and I saw this. There was some TV program. I don't really know what it was about, but there was some like kid. Apparently, the kid was like 2 years old, but I know there's such a contrast. Like these women were literally losing their shit. Like this woman was like freaking out. But it's just really funny. It's like it's so like. Meanwhile, Western women are like celebrating like murdering and having abortions and whatnot. Meanwhile, Japanese women just like lose their shit whenever they see a baby or a kid. And it's just something you'd notice even if you're out and about in Japan. I don't know if you're on the train or whatever, and or wherever in the park, and you see, I don't know, just women like go crazy when they see a baby or something. It's just you don't have that in Western. It doesn't seem like it's like that in Western society. All I see in Western society is women like marching to like murder and kill kill babies. That's but yeah, even just such a contrast. Anyway, that's a side note. Jer, my boy Jer in the house. What is up? What is good? Was out today, working out with Jer today. Had a good workout. Plenty of hot chicks in the park today, building muscles. It is a good time to be alive. Good time to be alive. But we always talk about how, being rich is not only about money, it's about, having freedom to do things. And like while people are slaving away in offices, and people have to do what they have to do to earn money and whatnot, but we're literally out 3 days a week in the afternoon, like for hours, like just chilling, working out, talking to hot chicks. It's amazing. And that in a way that is being rich, when you have like free time and you're just like, we know there's people, like millions of people, like slaving away in with fluorescent lights in offices, on their computers all day. And we're just out literally in like these heavenly spaces with beautiful chicks around. It's a good time. Problematic says, my 2 cents, the only women's sport worth watching is beach volleyball. Beach volleyball is definitely worth watching indeed. My boy Jer, he used to be a professional beach volleyball player, and he will attest to that. He's always telling me about how hot the beach volleyball women are. It looks good. It looks good indeed. Know Your Worth says they use a ball that is much lighter. A guy would blast the ball 200 meters easily. Yo, Know Your Worth says, yo, Mac, happy Friday. Yo, Know Your Worth, happy Friday to you too. Hope you're well. Yeah, Friday. Every day is a Friday for me, but it's all good. Yes, so I had a good day here in Tokyo, chilling, working out, going to the park. Good times indeed. But yeah, today I just saw this, women complaining about equal pay again. I thought I'd talk about that tonight. Let me share something. Javier in the house. What is good? Hope you're well, bro. Hope you are well. Let me share it. Okay. All right. So
this is because it's personal to all women. It's one example of how we still treat women differently than men. And
I wonder why we treat women differently than men. Because we're different. Because we're different, that's never going to change. We're actually different.
Wrong. As Joe's dad used to say, a job is so much more than a paycheck. But our paychecks reflect how we are valued by our employers and even by our communities. How do we value women when they have to work 3 months and 24 days longer to make the same amount as their male colleagues? I've helped.
Lies, and more lies. Because men and women work different jobs. That's why.
Along with all of my teammates virtually here today, one teammate literally here today, win 4 World Cup championships and 4.
Honestly, she just looks annoying. Like, she actually just looks annoying. To me, she just looks really annoying. I don't know about what you guys think, but I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but honestly, it's just straight off the bat, you know she's just going to be annoying.
4 Olympic gold medals for the United States. And despite those wins, I've been devalued, I've been disrespected, and dismissed because I am a woman. And I've been told that I don't deserve any more than less because I am a woman. You see, despite all the wins, I'm still paid less than men who do the same job that I do.
So she's paid less than men that do the same job as her. If you do the same job as men, then why don't they go ahead and play against a male football team? Oh wait, they already did that, except it wasn't a men's football team, it was a boys football team, and they got smashed. They got absolutely smashed. Not only that, it's nothing got to do. It's got to do with ad revenue and profits from the industry. The men's football brings in more profits, more sales, more whatever merchandise. It's through the industry. If women's soccer brought in more revenue, they would be paid as much as men, but they're not. People aren't that interested in watching women's soccer.
I do. For each trophy, of which there are many, and for each win, for each tie, and for each time that we play, it's less. And I know there are millions of people who are marginalized by gender in the world and experience the same thing in their jobs.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Oh man, we got this senile mofo coming in here now. God, what a joke. It's so unfortunate that, not unfortunate, but I mean, it's going to be, wait till this Kamala Harris one comes in. It's going to be I literally cannot stand that woman. And I can't stand this guy either, but
Megan and Margaret, thank you. Thank you for being here. And all your teammates virtually, thank you as well. I'm an unadulterated fan. Not a joke. Not a joke. And both of you and your entire team, I'm not joking, have inspired our daughters and our granddaughters. It doesn't matter if you're an electrician, an accountant, or part of the best damn soccer team in the world. The pay gap is real.
the pay gap is me. I'm reading from a teleprompter because I'm a fucking idiot.
And this team is living proof that you can be the very best at what you do and still have to fight for equal pay. You know,
He is such a cock. He is such a simp. He's such a cock. He's such a slimeball. God, I hate this guy.
as Jill mentioned, this pandemic has only exacerbated the problem. Women are on the front lines as essential workers, particularly women of color, in hospitals, grocery stores, childcare facilities, farms, factories, but they're still earning less. My administration.
They're not earning less. Women that do the same job as men, same hours, same time. It's illegal for women to earn less if they're doing the same job, same hours, same time. They're not earning less.
Is going to fight for equal pay for as it become a reality for all women. It's about
becoming reality for all women. It's basically they want basically equal outcome. It's basically communism what they want. It's like they want women to get the same pay for different, like basically they want a nurse to get the same pay as a brain surgeon. That's what this is about. That's basically what it is about.
Justice. It's about fairness. It's about living up to our values and who we are as a nation. Equal pay makes all of us stronger. Part of the proclamation is.
God, she's just so annoying. Even the way she stands.
National Equal Pay Day, 2021.
Anyway, oh man. You can just hear Kamala Harris's laugh. It's so irritating. God. Yeah, it's just bad news. Bad news, that whole administration. Let's see. Javier says, weren't they the ones that got bet by the 14-year-olds? Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Indeed, they were. Elta says, Megan Rapinoe, she is absolute filth. I wouldn't have anything to do with her and wouldn't go anywhere near her. She is a repugnant excuse for a human being. I agree with you 100%, Elta. You are on the money. On the money. Even like I said, just even looking at her is very irritating. She just has an aura of obnoxiousness around her. Yeah, let me see. Let me get. Oh, that's good. Gabrielle says, if Hillary Clinton and Rachel Maddow had a kid, this crazy would be it. That's a good. Yes, it is, and it's a very unfortunate result. Yeah, so yeah, they were literally beaten by teenage boys. Let me pull up that link. Let me pull up the link. Okay, so from world champions to humbling defeat against under 15 side. Under 15 side. World Cup winning USA women's team suffer 5-2 loss against Dallas Academy boys. They lost against boys, like teenage boys. What? Men and women are equal. We're all the same. There's no difference. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, imagine they played men. It would be something like, it would be 50-0. It would be insane. If they played against the men's team, it would be just insane. It would just be, I don't know. It could even be 100-0. It would be a ridiculous amount. USA women's team played warm-up for Russia friendly against Dallas under-15s. Informal game did not go to plan for international side as they lost 5-2. Result did not seem to matter with USA beating Russia 4-0 in main fixture. Player spirits were still high after humbling loss as they posed for photos. Humbling loss. Yet these women want the same pay as men. But to be honest, that's not even the point. Like, it's not the fact that we all know men and women we're not the same. We're not physically the same. So that's not the point. It's to do with sales. It's to do with revenue. The men's football gets men's soccer gets has a much larger audience. That's what that brings in more revenue. That's why if the women's team had as much of an audience as the men's team, they'd get paid as much. Simple as. That's the end of it. After all, it's entertainment. It's like some band, like small town music band, rock band, complaining that they don't get paid as much as Metallica. Like they do the same thing. They play music, they do shows, and then crying that they get paid as much as Metallica. Why? Because Metallica did more record sales, obviously, and they didn't make barely any record sales. So that's what these women are up to. These like low IQ idiots. The USA women's football team were convincingly beaten by a team of adolescents in an embarrassing defeat for the world champions. They were roundly outplayed, losing 5-2 against FC Dallas under-15s academy side, who took full advantage of their big day. I mean, look at the size difference, and they're boys. Like the players did not appear to allow the display to subdue their spirits and posed with the opposition for photos after the game. Yeah, and they probably just wrote it off, saying, "Oh yeah, we just wanted to go easy on them." But yeah, these are like 15-year-old boys that like hammered them. Gillian Ellis' team were preparing for an international friendly, but the humbling by a group of youngsters did not seem to affect their performance on the bigger stage. Well, I mean, they're playing other women on the bigger stage. They're not playing a group of teenage boys. You know. The USA ran out 4-0 victors against Russia, a welcome respite after two difficult defeats in the She Believes Cup. She Believes Cup. Why is it always like She Believes and women's power? Like, I don't know. Can you just should just leave politics out of sports? Like, why is it like She Believes, like women's rights? Like what? Having lost 1-0 to England and 3-0 to France, the friendly against Dallas under-15s will have caused concern, but seems the result was a big blip in an informal contest. Perhaps it served as motivation as the Americans totally dominated Russia with 33 shots to 5 during the 90 minutes. Again, yeah, they're playing other women. It's always good to rebound, Coach Jill Ellis said. Everything right now is looking forward to the next game and trying to get better. Yeah, so that's basically it. But yeah, but moral thing, yeah, they lost to under-15 boys. So there you have it. But like I said, the point is, it's not the fact that they, obviously they're going to lose to. It's not even shocking that they're losing to boys. I mean, but like I said, the reason they get paid less is because they don't have as many fans, as big an audience as men's soccer. Simple as. That means they don't get as much sales. Joel says female models get paid way higher than male models. Yeah, there should be some protests from male models against the pay inequality, the pay gap. What about women getting it's like, I think Rolo Tomasi made this comparison on Twitter. It's like if I set up an OnlyFans and started selling pictures of my asshole on OnlyFans, I'd make probably zero, like probably zero amount of cash. But women can do that. They'll make money, even if they're like a 3 out of 10. there's going to be some loser out there that will buy her, like sign up to her OnlyFans. So it's like me, protesting that I don't get as much money because, who's that one? The woman that the chick that sold her bathwater, Belle Delphine or something. Some chick sold her bathwater and she makes like millions off her OnlyFans. That's like me setting up an OnlyFans and I'm having this online petition like, oh my God, I don't make as much money. Having all these, except everyone will call me an idiot if I set up a thing like that. But yet these women have like unbelievable huge amount support from the president of the United States of America. It's just a clown world. It's just clownery. And honestly, a society that runs on lies and clownery deserves to crash, and it will, because it's based on lies. You're basing a society based on lies, and it's causing a lot of unrest and mistrust and basically a lot of hatred between men and women. Yeah. Javier says, no one gives a crap about women's football. I, for one, do not. So there must be a lot more people like me, I guess. I do not give a crap. I don't think I've ever watched a full match, a women's football match. I don't to be honest, I don't even watch. I don't even watch men's football, but I have watched full matches of men's football, but I have never watched a women's football match in my life. I might have seen clips, but it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like a thing where I was like, oh, I'm going to search women's football and look at it. No, I might have seen a clip on an advert or something. But I don't know. Have any of you guys seen women's football? I've never seen it. No interest. I don't know anyone who does. I don't know says, oh, I'm going to watch the women's football tonight. Oh, all right. Fair enough. Each their own. I've never heard someone say that. Are you watching the football match tonight? Which football match? Oh, there's the World Championships, Women's World Championship football match. Oh, all right. Never heard someone say that. But obviously the Men's World Cup is a huge thing. Soccer World Cup. It's a massive event. But I don't even know when the Women's World Cup is. I don't. Probably not many people do. Yeah. Problematic says, truth is nobody wants to watch women's sports. LOL. Why watch a less intense version of a sport? Yeah, well, I mean, unless it's sexy, unless it's like sometimes, let's just say if you're watching it as a man, if you're watching women's sport, it's for different reasons. Let's just say that. Okay. What women's sports would I watch? I don't, but if I was, it would be, let's just say it would be beach volleyball or something like that. And it would be more about the aesthetics rather than the sportsmanship or the intensity of it. And that's just I'm not trying to say that to be funny or anything. I'm just saying that's a fact. If I am watching women's sport, it's because it's aesthetically pleasing or whatnot. It's not going to be because of how intense the competition is. Matt W in the house says, I could definitely do well on OnlyFans if I wasn't homophobic. Any decent looking dude on there is getting stacks of loot from gay dudes, not chicks. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but maybe. Firehand says, women want equality with men, but they will not stand one day in how the world treat men in general. 100%. Yeah, I mean, there's just no comparison. All literally just all the infrastructure, everything we use, all the raw ingredients, all the metal, concrete, they're all mined and made by men. And pretty much every object you see around you is made by men. Technology, all of it's designed by men, programmed by men. It's like there's no denying that. Yeah, so Matt W says, I might watch the World Cup at pizza shops. The dudes that work there, they're root from Mexico, not Italy, because they aren't Italians working there anymore. All right. Javier says, beach volleyball is great. I bet it is. I'd watch that. I would watch women's beach volleyball for sure. Spark55 says, I remember having this BS debate in school. If women's soccer can't bring in as much as the men, why get equal pay? Exactly. That's it. Why, if they're basically getting equal pay without bringing in as much money, that's communism. That's what it is. Let's see. Saw something else. Let me share something. This man, Thomas Sowell, can say it better than I can.
Have to agree that generally speaking, women are paid less, for example, for the same jobs as men.
No, I would not. I would not agree with it.
This is like, apparently this is like 40 years ago. 40 years ago, we're still having this dumbass debate in Western society.
If you're talking about women with the same number of years of experience, with the same continuous service, et cetera, then when I look at that, I don't find that disparity. I find, for example, in many cases, the women are making more, depending on how you break the data down. The difference with women is between married women and everybody else. That's the real difference.
Well, even as to single women, the Census Bureau statistics, the most recent ones I could find, 1978, say that single men are earning $11,100 and single women are earning $9,300.
Yes, I love the word single that is used. When I did my study, I didn't use single, I used never married. You see, a woman who is single at age 40, having spent 10 or 20 years raising children, is really not quite the same as a man of age 40 who's been working continuously for 20 years.
And the differential she cited is not that great, so it could easily be accounted for by
yes, because when I break them down the other way, I did this for the academic world, and there I found the women who are never married, which is the term the way I take it. There they were earning more than the men. And similarly, when the government did data some years ago on women who had been working continuously since high school into their 30s, there you found that they were making slightly more than men of the same description. So the difference is between married women and everybody else. And married men get an extra bonus because their wives take care of many things and enable them to put more time into their careers.
I'm sure you're aware of the fact that there are approximately 15% of all homes in which there is only one wage earner. So that when you talk about women being able to take care of things for them,
those times are gone, by the way. Like, I mean, well, they're getting rarer and rarer where there's only one earner in the house. Women have shot themselves in the foot by now pretty much women have to work because the average salary is not, it will not be enough to support a household or to raise a family or do any of that. So now women are actually having to work these minimum wage jobs that they call their careers. Their careers make it, just making pretty shitty money, to be honest, and calling it their career. So that's liberating, but staying at home and raising a family is repressing them. Jair says, women complain about the same working hours time they did. Did they forget their pregnancy and post-pregnancy time off? 100%. Indeed. Let me just...
married mate wage earner. The fact is that in the overwhelming majority of American homes, the women also work. And therefore, I don't think your explanation that women have other responsibilities and that's why they are...
Work can mean part-time work or full-time work. Women do not work full-time to the same extent that men. Part-time workers make less than full-time workers.
Would it be...
Obviously, part-time workers make less than full-time workers. And on top of that, the jobs that men and women do are different. So they're adding up the entire amount of money that men and women earn. And they're comparing those. But like I said, obviously, if a female nurse is is obviously not going to get paid as much as a male brain surgeon, and that's why there's a disparity in the payment, obviously, and they're calculating that on a societal scale. So all the working men and all the working women, and they're comparing the salaries. They're comparing the wage earned, and it's going to be different because the jobs are different. Um, if women want to work the same jobs as men, they can do that. We live in a free society. We live in a society with choice. But they don't want. They're not interested in choice. They just want. They just want to get the same. They want communism. They want communism. Womanism is another word for communism. They want communism. They should just come out and admit it.
You are feeling that if all the affirmative action programs were discontinued, women and minorities would go ahead much faster than they have under the affirmative action program?
Yes, it's not my opinion. The data indicate that, for example, Puerto Ricans had a higher percentage of the national average income before quotas than after. So did Mexican Americans. Blacks have about the same. So there's a marvelous putting of the burden on other people. You're saying here's this massive program that has existed now for a decade, and you're unable to show me the benefits that have come from all this enormous controversy.
Well, it certainly has been a revolution insofar as women's participation in the labor force.
Not really. No, it hasn't. No,
I know that of my own knowledge.
No, you don't know it of your own knowledge, because I've also looked at the same thing. And in the past, you found women overrepresented in many professional occupations, much more so than today. And you find that decline in those occupations much more highly correlated with a lower age of marriage for college women and with more childbearing. And as those two demographic factors have changed, women have also changed in their representation. So there's this whole myth that's been created that this is all a function of political developments of the past decade or so, just will not stand up.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Pilpel.
So this was a long time ago, and things have obviously things have gotten a lot worse in terms of the relations between men and women. But it goes to show that it's been around for a while, this womanist bullshit. Art Bert says, "Don't let big old socialist titties enslave your ass." Also from Seoul. Very good. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just this socialist communist shit is just basically that's womanism. Womanism is a guise for this socialist communist agenda ideology, and it's completely infected every institution in Western society. It's rotten to the core. The whole education system, all the universities, they're all rotten. They're all rotten socialist, dirty, rotten socialist institutions. Spark 55 says, well, they inflated the job market with women and excess immigrants. Same thing with money. It's not about equality or some BS like that. It's about power, the power of the elite. Yeah. Matt W says, bottom red pill line, women love to feel good about themselves. If you are a wordsmith, you can make them feel good about anything, even if their career is total BS. Mainstream culture pimps these women. Very well put. Yeah, they get really duped. They get really pimped, because they're the biggest losers out of all this. Like at the clip, I don't know if the clip I showed at the start of the video of today's live stream was just to show how different Western women are from Asian women. I'll just show it again. I don't know if many people saw it. I was right at the start of the stream, so maybe everyone wasn't in. Just quickly again. So Western women get tattoos of murdering babies on their stomachs, while Japanese women get so overwhelmed with joy that they can't handle it when they even see a baby. Yeah, I showed this before on the stream before. This is real. This is a real tattoo, but obviously this, you could say, oh, this is an extreme case. No, but we all know that women are out celebrating abortion when, in countries with, if they can't get an abortion right up until 9 months, they'll be out protesting, and even in Ireland, when they legalized abortion, there was street parties. There was thousands of women out on the streets partying. But meanwhile, in Japan, I was watching TV, and this made me think. I just made this kind of comparison. There was just this kid singing on his kid was like 2 years old or something, singing on the TV, and these women were literally losing their shit because they just couldn't handle how cute the kid was. But I mean, even if you're out and about in Japanese, if you're out on the train or in the park, or you'll see young women, like beautiful women, and if they see a baby or same way they react to when they see a little puppy, they'd be like, "Oh, kawaii," and they'll be losing their shit. This woman was like couldn't handle it. She was like putting her hands in her head, like, "Oh my god," like freaking out. But that's just not the way Western women. That's like natural female behavior. To be maternal and want to have children. But Western women they've fallen so far. They've fallen so far from what they once were. Yeah, they're just kind of sickening. Yeah. But let me share. MLD in the house. Redhead Stevens X just hit me up on Bumble. Inside joke. Hit her up, man. Hit her up. Do her for yeah. Get on her. Get on her. Yeah, man. I mean, in Japan, it's like, the Gaijin circles are pretty small. Pretty small. MLD with his Japanese Nakadashi time. Your MLD's Japanese is getting pretty damn good. Nakadashi means to bust a nut inside a chick. Nakadashi. Japanese lesson. Today's Japanese lesson for y'all. Nakadashi time. Time to bust a nut inside. Not to be recommended. Not to be recommended. Going around busting nuts inside chicks, but it can feel pretty good at the time, but there can be consequences. Javier says, I was in psychology class and the female teacher told me that we aren't sure that traditional values work. I told my dad that I'm quitting college. Yeah, man. I mean, colleges, or unless you're in a STEM field, you really got to consider why you're going to college. Unless it's a trade or something like a real solid course, like engineering or medicine or law. I don't know. It's not a good. I don't know if I would have went to, or it's hard to say. I don't know. Going to college would be. I mean, it's fun, but I mean, is it worth it? Especially in Ireland, at least it's cheap. At least it's almost free. But like, if you're paying for like arts degrees, god damn, there's people studying like arts degrees, studying like going to college for 4 years to study history. Like it's like you could do that in your free time. Let me share. So yeah, I mean, like if women really want equality, then let's have equality. Let's have actual equality. Most dangerous jobs in America, and there's no even need to say that they're obviously like probably 100 to 99% men, 20. bus and truck mechanics and diesel engine specialists. Obviously, all men, all of them, and even like who makes the trucks? Men. Who mines? Who goes and mines the gets the diesel from? Obviously, men. Oil wells. They're all everything. All this whole building was made by men. All the steel structures. Fatal injuries per 100,000 workers 9.5. Total fatal injuries 39. Yeah, just crazy. Total non-fatal injuries 3,610. Median annual salary $46,000. Bottom line, bus and truck mechanics and diesel engine specialists. All right, 19. Operating engineers and other construction equipment operators. You can just guess that that's yeah, going to be like 100% men. And even if there's a woman there, she'd be given some job that wouldn't be too physically demanding. Total fatal injuries 39. This is obviously per year, obviously. Yeah. So who made all these machines? Who made all these trucks? Men. 18. Mining machine operators. Who made all of these machines? Who's operating these machines? Who designed, engineered all these machines? Men. Total fatal injuries 9. 17. Construction laborers. Yeah, probably almost 100% men. I wish it said, but we can just presume. I mean, I've never seen a female construction worker in Japan. You know, it's like, you know, total fatal injuries 259. It's per year, probably per year. You know, so everything, the building you're in, every one of you guys sitting in wherever you're at, in your apartment building, in your house, or in your car, or it doesn't matter where you are. Everything you're sitting in is built by a man. It just is, or by men. You know, where's the equality in this? Men need to start demanding that women start pulling, you know, getting involved. Let's see how long womanism lasts when men start demanding that there's 50% women involved in construction and heavy machinery and mining and oil wells and all this. First of all, it wouldn't last because those industries would fall to shit. Like people, like, would be a disaster. The production would tank. It would plummet. You know, there'd be crazy accidents. There'd be like they wouldn't get jobs done. It would just be total disaster. Law enforcement officers, total fatal injuries 108. Probably most of them getting shot. Yeah. 15. First line supervisors of mechanics, installers, and repairers. You know, people who just like keep the society like going. You know, mechanics, installers, repairers, like people who fix things and keeps everything running smoothly. Total fatal injuries 46. Probably 0 of them were women. 14. Construction trade helpers. Again, everything you see that's being made, construction workers, it's going to be all men. It's like a physical, like when you go to a job in construction, like every day you go to work, it's like pretty much like you're going to the gym. Like you're going, and it's even harder. Like you're going to work out. Like when you come home at night, you're going to be physically exhausted, and you're going to be in pain, and you know, really tough job. Total fatal injuries 11. 13. General maintenance and repair workers. Yeah, so lifting things, like, you know, dealing with electricity, dangerous electrical units. Total fatal injuries 129. You know, where's the marches for these? Like, for the dead workers. No one cares because men don't complain. Men just men just get on with it. Miscellaneous agricultural workers. Agriculture. Who is responsible for all the food that's on your plate? That's almost all men. Like all the farmers, all the hard work, dealing with heavy machinery, dealing with animals. It's all going to be all men. And again, dangerous. Total fatal injuries 157. 11 electrical power line workers. Red Pill Thor was working on power lines, and he was telling me he gets sometimes dropped from a helicopter in remote areas because these power lines are in really remote areas. That's like a hella dangerous job, I'd imagine. But they probably are extremely well trained, so maybe the fatalities aren't that high. But still, 35 total fatal injuries per year. 35. Yeah. 10 grounds maintenance workers. Yeah, damn, that's like it's quite high fatality rate for grounds. Total fit 142. Let's see. 9 construction supervisors. Again, construction work, extremely physically demanding. You're dealing with heavy machinery, early mornings, long days, like really tough job. Total fatal injuries 144 per year. 8 structural steel and iron workers. Again, look at this, like all the buildings, all the cities, they're all put together by men. Total fatal injuries 15. I thought that would be way higher. They must have just be very well trained, very professional. 7 drivers, sales workers, and truck drivers. Damn. Okay, so total fatal injuries 966. I imagine it's like almost 100% men doing that job too. Farmers and ranchers, total fatal injuries 257. Literally, the thing that sustains us, keeps us alive, like food. Like men do those jobs too. Trash collectors, like total fatal injuries 61. I've never in my life seen a female garbage collector, even in Japan, like never. 4 roofers, total fatal injuries 106. Yeah, I mean 3 pilots and flight engineers. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. I don't know, but even if it is a woman, I'm pretty sure that there are not many female flight engineers or pilots. There might be a few, but total fatal injuries 70. Fishers and fishing workers, definitely going to be 100% men. Total fatal injuries 33. Yeah, it's just, and number 1, logging workers, total fatal injuries 75. So yeah, there's just there's probably way more jobs too, like way more. Yeah, but there's no there's no equality, there's no demand for equality in those jobs. Why not? Because women just want the cushy, like it's only equal when it's like it's an relatively easy job to do or less physically demanding. It's only women are willing to say that they're equal to men only when it suits them. But we all know they're not. Oho says, "Who built the streets they belong?" Yeah, man. Men built those streets. and they belong there. Know Your Worth says, but Mac, the women would break a nail. Yeah, indeed they would. Indeed they would. It's Danny Arnold says, who works in the steel mills turning ore into glowing hot metal? Obviously, men do that job too. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, there's very little, but I don't know, men just get on with it. Men just do the job and don't complain about it and don't, they just take it on the chin. But, we just, honestly, I don't know. And that's why men are just not really interested in I don't know, raising families and because it's just not worth it. Women have become so unfeminine, so masculine. They've just become like, I don't know. They've been told they've just swallowed the blue pill, which is womanism, and it's just way worse. They're the ones that lose out, but it's also a pain for men because we have to deal with these like annoying. Just imagine they're like the shittiest guy, that like the most annoying, like twerpiest, like dorky, like screechy, weakling guy, and that's pretty much what your average feminist is, like an annoying, screechy. Like, remember when you were in school? Like you're in your high school and there was some kid, like some little weasel, like he was just like annoying, like he was a rat, he was like obnoxious, he was loud. He would pick fights with people that he couldn't win fights with against. Maybe he was one of those kids that maybe had some tougher older brothers, and he would go around picking fights because he thought he was like a tough guy. But he was a little rat. He was like a little screechy little fucker, like just. That's what feminists are like. That's what they're like. It's like they're little screechy people that go around picking fights with people that they can't win fights with. But then when someone answers their call and comes to stand up to them, they'll go run into the government. They'll go run into, Big Daddy, fucking whoever, to try and, complain that they've been mistreated. Even though they're the ones that are the bullies. They're the ones that started the fight. But they'll play the victim. That's what I think. That's what I think of when I think of feminism. I think of that little rat that was in my class, the little weakling, scrawny kid that thought he was a tough guy, and went around picking fights with bigger people who didn't want any trouble. And the only reason they did that was because they had whatever the government or the police to run to, or all these organizations to they just have so much. Everyone's pretty much going to be on their side, no matter what. It's like the Johnny Depp who was situation where is it Amber Heard told Johnny Depp, it's no one's going to believe you because you're a straight white male. And women know this. Like, it's like all the institutions, all the media, they're all on their side, and they know that, so they're little pricks about it. And it's like the cocky little kid in your class that was a rat, and you knew that you could kick their ass, but they'll run to the teacher, they'll run to their brothers after school, and and they'll just get away with it. But that's it. I don't know. These comments aren't loading up here. The screen is kind of frozen. I don't know what's up, but see if I can read them on my phone. Javier says there aren't a lot of female engineer pilots and ATCs. To be one as a female, you would have to be exceptional. C. Joel's in the house says that's how you behave when you're a protected class. Exactly, a protected class. Elta says the weak little feminist beta guys are obvious, but the ones that baffle me are the ones over 6 foot. Being alpha really is an attitude. Yeah, but I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's just I think Western society is just like in a state of pure delusion, like pure delusion. It's like, how can you expect to motivate men to get up in the morning to like get up and build bridges, build skyscrapers, like just all the infrastructure when they're being treated like shit by the media and constantly being condemned. Um, it's just gonna over time it's gonna get worse, and I'd say it's gonna get worse and worse. I mean, even like those videos you see coming out of like those world star hip hop videos you see coming out of America, like the crazy, like all the the in Miami, like all the all the bitches like fighting each other on the streets. It's just pure chaos. That's like third. That's just like not. That's not a civilized society. That's not a country that's like on the up and up. That's a country that's like on the way down. It's like I was telling MLD. I was saying like was talking about some of those world star hip hop videos, and it's like you'd have to like search up and down Japan to find like a girl, one Japanese girl that would behave like like an animal fighting on the street. Um, you just I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine a Japanese girl like trying to you know get physical in any way, like not like even push like but the stereotype I have about these Western chicks is that they'll swing for you even even if you didn't do anything wrong. And to be honest, if they swang for me, it wouldn't be a very good idea for them, because I believe in equality and I believe men and women are you got to turn the tables on them. I, for one, believe in equality, and these women are very dangerous and very strong and very equal to men. So I would have to defend myself against these women if they got so belligerent as to try and attack me. So my life would be in danger, and I would have to, uh, engage in self defense. And yeah, and I advise all you guys to do that too. Just use if anyone ever attacks you, you have to engage in self defense to the maximum effect. Never pick a fight, but if someone comes at you like an entitled womanist, you're gonna have to do what's right and protect your life. These women can kill you. But yeah, I know, guys. That's gonna do it for tonight's Friday night stream. Let me see. Sejol says equal rights and equals lefts. Indeed, I like it. MLD says Japanese men don't even act like that. Yeah, I mean Japanese men do not even act like that. You wouldn't. It'd be very hard to get in a fight in Japan. If you come to Japan, you don't have to have. You're not really gonna have to have your guard up that high. I've gotten used to just being so relaxed. I mean, when I used to go out on nights out in Ireland, there's always be a little edge of like, oh, I might get in a fight. In Japan, it's like I've lost that feeling of having like an edge, like of like there being any danger. I feel unbelievably safe in Japan, just because it's a great place. But yeah, it's just people are probably, even though I'm not going around picking fights at all, I'm not like that, but they probably think I'm dangerous or something. They probably think I'm the one that's going to pick a fight with them, even though I'm not. But yeah, it's I'd rather have it that way than the other way around. But yeah, thanks guys for joining tonight's live stream. Check out the links in the description. Get on, yeah, man. Check out my premium content on my website. If you're interested in consultation, a donation, whatever, if you want to help out the channel, I really appreciate it. But catch you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace out. Bye bye.